For too long now, fishing shows have been dull and boring. Well, that was until Hook, Line and Sinker put the stupid back into fishing. Call it your fishing renaissance. We're putting in what everyone else leaves out. So sit back and relax as Nick and Andrew take you on a warts and all fishing trip of a lifetime. 6 states in 12 weeks, a fishing rod and a 95 Commodore, the only thing between them and disaster. This is Hook, Line and Sinker's Road Trip Australia.
Oh, look. Have a look at that. That's some sort of trevally, probably a turrum.
That's a good fish. Cobia. Are you awake yet, Nick?
G'day everyone, welcome to Hook, Line and Sinker's Road Trip of Australia. Andrew?
Episode number 2, Nick. We've survived 2 weeks.
We haven't moved very far, we're still on Fraser Island.
Yes.
We're hoping to go out there into that and catch a fish, but
Yes.
that looks a bit ugly, frankly.
It looks like a washing machine.
Yes.
It's a bit windy.
Yes.
So what we're going to do, plan B, is we're going to drive around the island looking for likely looking fishing spots.
Yes, it's more relevant to a road trip format
Yeah, I
anyway.
guess it is.
A lot of people come here with their four-wheel drives
Thousands of them.
and they like to fish from the shore.
Yeah, and you can do it, and that's what we're going to demonstrate. Come over here with your four-wheel drive, pack a fishing rod, and you'll catch a fish.
Be like us.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
not.
or not.
Be more like me, not
Be
like
more
you.
like you. Oh, nice cast, mate. Nice cast. And you're using the old school gear there.
Yes.
One of our fishing companions today on Fraser Island is none other than Graham Wilson of Wilson's Tackle and Fishing Rods. Mate, it's great to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's great to be here. What
Now-
a beautiful spot.
It really is. You're sort of guiding us through what Fraser has to offer over the last couple of days, and this sort of rock fishing, it's obviously pretty popular on the island. I'm getting involved.
Yeah, it's very popular because there's so many fish to be had here.
Yeah.
There's, you know, from tailor through to tarwine, dart. You always rest assured you're going to catch something when you fish up here.
Something that would be nice. And Wilson Tackle this year, a bit of a milestone for the company.
Yeah, 60 years this year. Dad started the company in 1946 and yeah, something to celebrate. Still a family-owned company and very proud of it.
And still manufacturing here in Australia, which is getting a bit of a rarity these days.
Yes, it certainly is. It's getting tougher and tougher for the manufacturers, but yeah, we're still making our fishing rods, all our boat gear, bait pumps, landing nets, gaffs,
The whole lot.
all still made in Brisbane.
I've got one in my hand here, so I'll endeavour to put a bend in it, mate, and see how it goes. But thank you for your hospitality, and
Yeah.
lovely to have you on the program.
Great
You
to be
better
here.
catch a fish, though.
I'm trying.
It's all very, you got a snag. It's all very well to be able to make fishing rods, but can you catch a fish?
Well, you just never know.
You never know.
Never know what's out there.
All righto, Hardy.
What have you got, Nick?
Now I don't know at all. We're just fishing on this little ledge. I'm not actually, it's called Waddy Point, I think, here on Fraser Island, and this is what a lot of people do when they come to the island.
A lovely little dart.
Look at that.
Swallowtail.
A
Ow.
little swallowtail dart. We're only fishing in very shallow water here.
There are a lot of fish out there. If you look out there, there's a bit of a deeper gutter that we're casting into, casting little bits of mullet or mullet. And I'll just show you, I probably won't catch a fish, but I'll get a bite. You just toss it out there into that gutter, and it usually takes about 5 or 6 seconds. The old real-time demonstration on TV.
How's it going for you?
Well, yeah.
In the meantime, here's your little
Yeah.
swallowtail, and they're really pretty little fish. Obviously get quite a bit bigger than that, but the big forked tail on them, I imagine. Back he goes. I'm not sure what family. It's maybe some sort of trevally kind of thing, are they?
They're a relative of the queenfish.
A relative of the queenfish. Relative of the queen.
By the way, my real-time demonstration where I was just going to get a bite straight away.
Yeah, how's that going?
Yeah, no, I'm still waiting, but I'm confident of getting a bite at some stage today, this week. Oh, there's a bite now, look.
Not much of a bite though, it'd have to be. Oh, there's a bite. Is there a reason why you're not going to hook the fish?
Just thought I'd feed the fish for a while. Oh. Yeah, I finally got one. They are infuriating little fish to catch. Oh, and there he is, little tarwine, I believe. Beautiful little fish. It is, as I say, it is so infuriating, this fishing, because you throw it out there in the gutter, and you have to be in the gutter. If you're not in the gutter, you don't get bites. You throw it out there and you just get attacked straight away. And there's some better fish amongst them. Some of the locals are catching some good fish, which isn't surprising. It's all right though, that's a start. Ow! The pricks.
Well, for any sort of fishing, Andrew, bait is terribly important, and there's a great saying that is fresh bait is the best bait. Do you believe in that?
That's a wonderful saying, Nick, in the fishing world.
What is it?
You are full of knowledge.
What are you holding?
This is a beach worm. It's about, how long is that, a metre?
It's one of the more disgusting things you'll ever see in your life.
It's alive.
And this is what you need to catch beach worms. A bit of that.
Yeah.
And a bit of this.
Yeah. So you drag that along the beach, you see their little heads pop up. Where's his little head? Here's his little head here.
Apparently they bite.
Just disgusting. You see their little heads pop up like that, then you feed them a bait. We'll show you how to do it. And then you grab them and you pull them out of the sand. Keep pulling. And then you get about 3 or 4 really good baits out of that. And we're going to use the bait in a moment. But first, we have to catch, we're beach worm virgins.
We are.
And we have to catch them. They're not easy to catch. Not easy. You don't like them, do you? Do you like them?
You're going to throw that at me?
Yeah. They are only a worm, Nick. How hard can it be? Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. No, you. Why? Packet of prawns?
Packet of prawns.
Stupid worms.
All right, well, there's a saying, Andrew, in fishing that fresh bait is the best bait.
That's a wonderful saying, Nick.
You're right, and what we're doing now is collecting fresh bait, like we were before with the worms, but that was so stupid that we've decided not to do it. We wouldn't recommend that you do it, but this is easy.
Worming? Stupid.
Terrible.
And just not fun. Anyway.
What a nightmare creature they are anyway.
I will have nightmares about them. They're getting eaten by worms.
Pippies, clams, whatever you like.
Here they are. Here. You get them by doing a little twist in the
sand, and you sort of
sand like this.
Feet.
And there's quite a few of them about.
Easy, plentiful.
You break them open, you use their meat, and that's what we're going to do now. We're going to find a gutter.
Beach fishing.
That's what they do on Fraser Island.
Beach fishing. This is the main, if you have a look down there, this is all our support crew, our people, our posse. And then if you look way past the posse down the beach, this is the main beach of Fraser. It goes
what do you see down there?
Not much, but if you look over here as well, another prolific species on Fraser Island is your backpacker.
Yeah.
They come from all over the world. Hello, backpackers!
Most of them are from Germany and Sweden.
They're a Swedish backpacker.
I am from Sweden. I'm here for the fishing.
Anyway, let's fish.
All right, this is some of the beach worm that we didn't catch, but that our support crew caught for us. And we've just picked a bit of a gutter. There's so much beach there's so much sand on Fraser Island. Funny that. but there's gutters everywhere. You just drive along the beach, there's fishy looking water everywhere. So we're just going to toss this little bit of worm in with a small sinker, and we're going to try and catch a fish that Fraser Island's famous for, and that's the swallow-tailed dart. They're good little scrappers, they fight well, and they're a nice little fish to catch, so let's see how we go. Just had a little tap, oh, just a little tap. Yeah, and I've got him. Oh, yes. Nick, I've got a fish on and it's pulling. Whoa, look at him go.
Look at it, Andrew. It's going in the surf.
Oh.
Always fancied you as a bit of a surf angler.
Well, I am a great surf fisherman, Nick. Now, let's have a look at the swallow-tailed dart. They're a fast fighting fish, the swallow-tailed dart. Don't you want to talk to me?
Oh, yes. No, I do. What I really like to do is come over and talk about your fish that you're catching.
Fair enough.
Great for myself.
What do you like best about my fish?
Look, what I like best about it is that it's small and relatively unimpressive.
What do you like best about the fact that
People
often on this show, I catch all the fish?
People come to Fraser
What do you
Island
like best
hoping
about that?
to see huge, big fish.
It's like
and you bring them this.
It's a daily challenge for you, isn't it? Because you just don't catch any. Nice fish. Beautiful little fish.
Well, anything that Andrew can do obviously isn't that difficult, so I managed to hook myself up to a little fish. Hardy, and these are only little fish, let's be honest. Let's not try and, gill the lily too much.
Well, Nick, what you do when you're catching little fish is downsize your tackle to lighter gear, so then what are you doing? So
that's
it's more
a good
fun.
one. No,
that's a good dart.
That's a quality dart.
They're little fish, but I don't think people understand how hard they pull. They're only a skinny little runt of a fish, but they're got
extremely
power.
Skinny.
Power.
But good darts. Red dragon. Look at that, pretty fish.
The dart are a great little fighting fish and available in good numbers pretty much wherever you like on Fraser. Pick a bit of a gutter along the beach, toss in a bait and stand by for action.
Pippies seem to work just as well as beach worms and are much less disgusting and easier to catch. Our home base was the beautiful Orchid House. It can sleep up to 10 weary anglers. To make your booking, jump on the net and go to www.orchidhouse.com.au.
Stick with us after the break. We're leaving the wilderness behind for the bright lights and big flathead of the Gold Coast. It's time to talk tackle now on Hook, Line and Sinker's Road Trip Australia, and I'm joined by Cord Lucas from Wilson Fishing Tackle Australia. Mate, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Andrew.
All right, now, we've seen these before. These are food source lures. Tell us a bit about them.
Okay, they're 100% biodegradable, protein-based lure.
So they're environmentally friendly?
Oh, definitely. Like, would you throw a Coles bag in the river? No, so why throw a plastic lure? Why not throw a food source?
Right. Not only are they good for the fish though, I guess what we need to talk about now is the fact that there's a huge range of food source lures.
They range from little 1-inch brim lures that are just excellent, right through to this large Goliath grub that the kingfish have absolutely climbed all over.
Okay, and in between, what have we got?
We've got some shrimp tails, little stick baits, 6-inch ribbon tails, and little earthworms that the trout just can't resist.
So all your lures and patterns that are around in soft plastics, food source of...
They certainly do, and they have a range of scents to match every fish species in the country.
Folks, check them out. Ask for them by name. Food Source.
Australia's big things, brought to you by Southern Cross Telco. The next big thing for all your home and business communication needs.
Just about evening here in a balmy Queensland. This is the city of Maryborough.
Beautiful place.
Beautiful place.
We're on our way to the Gold Coast.
That
on the
sort of
road
area.
again.
We're driving and as ever we're on the lookout for big things, and behind us here you will see yes, Queensland's own Big Ned Kelly.
Now look, as far as Ned Kelly goes, this particular Ned Kelly, he looks fearsome.
Yeah, he does.
You know, he would scare me. The problem that I've got with this is that I don't think Ned Kelly was from Maryborough.
No, I don't think Ned Kelly has ever been to Maryborough or is likely to go to Maryborough in the future. However, Maryborough has seen fit to build the Big Ned Kelly.
Wasn't he from Victoria?
Yes. So we will give him his rating. Queensland Ned scores okay for size. He's big, sure, but not huge. 5 out of 10.
Realism is a strong point. This son of a gun looks like he's about to pop a cap in someone. 8.
And here's what we mean about value adding. Queensland Ned has spawned a service station and a motel. Good work. 8 again.
That's 21 out of 30 for geographically confused Ned and our leader so far.
Did you know Southern Cross Telco and Mobile will pay you to spread the good word? A $30 credit for every residential or mobile referral.
Leaving Maryborough behind, it's south to the Australian cultural capital of Surfers Paradise. People here are only interested in one thing: history and religion.
It's hard to stay under the radar in a city like Surfers in a car like ours. Everywhere we went, the Commodore was turning heads.
Nice ride, mate.
Our Road Trip Australia has wound itself south, Nick, and we are now almost on the border.
Indeed we are, Andrew. Almost south of the border we are. This is the Tweed River. On one side you've got Queensland, on the other side you've got New South Wales. In the middle, sort of no man's land.
A stretch of water. Now, we needed a change of pace from Fraser Island because, quite frankly, it was too hard to work. We got bogged, we got bitten by sandflies. I thought that a dingo was going to eat me at one stage. It was hard work.
Well, you'll be happy to know, Andrew, that this is a very genteel little body of water, apparently brimming with fish life, flathead, bream, all that sort of stuff, and we'll be just lobbing a few soft plastics around and nutting them.
Yes, just drifting about, relaxing.
It'll be very, very nice.
All right, our guide for the day, the man that we're going to blame when we don't catch any fish, is Scott Fleming, mate. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks.
Now, Scott, just take us through what we're going to be doing today.
Well, today, with the weather that we've got and the big run out tide, the conditions aren't all that favourable.
No, they never are in this. You're already making excuses.
Mate, we're going to try our best. Section of bank behind us here, we do pull a few bream up the top end.
Yep.
There's a lot of reefy structure, shallow oyster beds. The bream love it up there. They hang around.
Okay, so bream?
Bream, as further we come down, there's a lot of shallow weed beds.
Yep.
You know, covered in flathead. We've just got to hope that they're playing the game today.
They're covered in flathead. They're covered in flathead. All right, well, let's see how we go. This should be good. Makes a nice change.
He's on.
What have you got?
Oh, no, actually, I just cast my little minnow lure out there, and it didn't...
It sort of took it off the top.
It sort of took it off the top, Andrew. It's not a huge fish. Let's get that straight from the get-go. It's the surface feeding bream. Must be quite shallow over there, I guess, Scott, is it?
Yeah, it's only about 3 foot deep there, over that shallow weed beds, but they like to get up on there and have a feed.
Well, he was certainly up there, but he really did take that lure off the top. Do they do that often? Is that something you'll see?
Yeah, quite often you'll catch them on surface poppers through these sort of areas too. Just small, tiny poppers, and when there's, especially in summertime when your cicadas are around, and all the insects, they come up and have a feed over the weed beds. Mainly further up the river where there's a bit more tree life, but yeah, you'll often get them over that shallow ground. There's no problems.
These are the sort of little lures we were using to catch the bream earlier this morning, but Andrew, we are having a change. These sort of lures used to be very, very popular, but I guess have gone out of favour a little bit with the advent of the soft plastics. They still work particularly well, and a lot of people would say they're more enjoyable to fish with, but you've got the plastic on there, mate.
The plastic. Look, what we're here today for, Nick, is a decent sized flathead.
Yep.
And the best way to catch flathead, well, the most fun way to catch flathead is on these things, the soft plastics. And look, we're in good looking water. Scott says they're here.
Out to a little bit deeper, and that obviously will help us.
Correct. We're almost actually in New South Wales now.
Yeah.
But,
soon enough of that next week,
yes.
New South Wales.
No, very good. We're going to catch a flathead, a decent sized flathead.
Okay, right. We have got, and this is the species that we were hoping for on the plastic, the little Tweed River flathead.
All the plastics, Nick, they've done the trick.
There he is, little Dusky's not huge. Let's, not the 3 metre fish that we might have been hoping for, but you can just see out here, there is a line of weed beds that runs up the river, and basically our technique is to cast our lures pretty much to the edge of that weed bed and then just work them back toward the boat. And the flathead seem to be sitting in there, lying in wait to ambush their prey. Scott! Scotty's on! He's done it! The locals, Andrew, you see, local knowledge.
Now, Scott, you were telling us how to catch flathead. There's a fair bit of current running through here, and you were telling us a bit about how flatheads sit.
Yep, this is a good fish, this too. You might want to get that net out.
I'll get the net out. You tell us how the flatheads sit.
Yeah, they sort of, we got the tide running this way.
Good,
Big fish, holy dooly, look at this.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, we
a
want
big
this one.
fish.
Anyway, tell us how they sit.
I'm a bit excited. Oh, jeez, it's only light leader too, real light leader.
All right,
We don't want to do it.
I'll tell you how they sit. They sit with their faces up current.
Yep, sorry.
No, you keep doing what you got to do, mate.
I don't think anyone cares how they sit.
Oh, we want this one.
That is a magnificent
Head first.
fish.
Woohoo! That's what we're after.
Pwah!
There we go.
That is your genuine.
That's a
croc,
big
isn't it?
fish. That's what we were here for.
Wow, let's get him out of the net and have a look. Good work, Scott.
Sorry, boys.
They said that you were all right. Now I believe them. Have a look at that for a flathead, Andrew.
That's got to be, what, 4
Wow,
kilos?
I reckon at least. Let's get her back into the water. Obviously, I think you have to release the fish this big,
They're big breeding females, aren't
aren't
they?
they? And there she
Swim
goes.
some water through her. She's a croc.
She is just a monster.
Well done, Scotty. Now, can you tell us how the flathead sit?
She's swimming away. Ah, wonderful.
She goes.
She's gone.
That is a serious flathead. Well done, young man.
Thank you.
You are half man, half flathead. Lure fishing in the Tweed is a good prospect all year round, along with the flathead and bream. Jewfish and trevally are regular catches.
Soft plastics worked around structure will produce consistent results. Now for our Tweed base, we chose the Bombora Resort on the park in downtown Coolangatta.
Call toll free on 1800 074 363 or on the web www.bomboraresort.com. Well, there you go, Andrew. That's Queensland. We didn't really scratch the surface.
No, not at all.
All good things must come to an end.
It's a nice spot, and I mean, this is probably as nice a spot as we've seen in
Gorgeous
Queensland.
part of the state.
I'm not sure that the council knows how to cut the grass.
No.
If I was a Queenslander, I'd join the Ratepayers Association and I'd have a go at them.
On the other side of this sign, the Nazis in New South Wales have been out cutting the grass. They're very
You don't know
serious
about
in that state, and that's where we're going next week. So here's a little sneak peek.
It's man versus cobia in a battle of wits at Southwest Rocks.
Then it's go west, young man, to the inland fishing oasis of Dubbo.
All when Road Trip Australia rolls on next week.